It's that time. The time has come. That's why you're listening to me again, aren't you? Now listen to me and shut up. The path to truth. Now let me do that again. Listen to me and shut up. The path to truth. You know I know things. That's why you're listening. And that's why you keep visiting truthgods.blogspot.com so you can follow me. I have many followers that are with me. A lot of them, they're not online, but they follow me. They know. They're in the neighborhood and it spreads out. And one person tells another person tells another. And before you know it, they're knocking on my door because they all understand that I have the truth. That they're talking to me. They always have been ever since I was in the womb. My brains have been a vessel for your God and your faiths. All of your gods. All of them. All those books that you're reading pertaining to your faith, they're in my brains. I knew about them long before you did. Truthgods.blogspot.com. You better share. Subscribe, and share it. And I want you to call. Anytime you want, you can tell me what's bothering you. I know things are bothering people these days. I know. Because I hear the gods complaining. What is wrong with all that we've created? It's all going away. 562-396-5594. 562-396-5594. You write it down. You know, that's funny. Remember, sometimes you don't have any paper, but you do have a marker, and you just write a number down on your hand or your arm. And you have to be careful not to wash it off. You know what I'm talking about, right? Ooh, I'm in a good mood. You know why? Because I heard more voices in my brains. Now I'm going to tell you what they said about that reset button I keep promising you is going to be pressed. But first I want to get to messages. Let's listen to some of these messages I've got.
Hello, this is a courtesy text from BMW of Buena Park, your certified BMW recall center. Our records indicate your BMW may have one or more outstanding recalls. Please call or text our dedicated recall support line to schedule your service appointment. Appointments are currently available within 1 to 2 business days. Please give us a call at 714-735-0642, and we will be happy to schedule your appointment.
What kind of call is that? What kind of call was that? Obviously, they have me mixed up for someone who loves to drive around in Satan's wheels. BMW. Bad. Men work. That's what that stands for. You think I'd be called dead? What is she talking about? Why don't we ask some real questions? Why don't we have some real thoughts? She talking to me about a car that I'm supposed to take care of? Let's listen to another call. It's got to be better than that one. I have gods in my brains. Why should I be listening to about Satan's wheels?
Hey, I found this podcast on Spotify. I'm actually wondering if what the aliens are saying is anything different than what Buddha's saying, and is it a different language, same language, beeps or boops?
Surprise, surprise, surprise! Here's someone who actually has a question and a comment to make. I hope all y'all listening follow the same path to truth that this caller has taken. They all have different voices, brother. They all have their own voices. There's no beeps and boops and bibbity bops and skibbity bobbity beeps. You think that's how the gods talk to me in my brains? You think they go, hey, text 5581, skibbity bobbity boop 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 beep? Who's talking to me? Who's in my brains? R2D2? Come on, caller. Buddhist does not sound the same as other life forms from across different universes. Sounds different than your gods. Sounds different than Muhammad. Sounds different than God and Jesus and all the other entities and deities. And doilies. All you people worship these doilies, and all they can do is listen. But they're talking to me. They're in my brains. They know about the doilies. Not doilies. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You see, my brains is too crowded with a lot of information. Sometimes I forget words and stuff like this. This caller got me all confused now. Of course they speak in different voices. Beep bops. What is that? These are actual entities that enter my brains, and they always have. And guess what? Guess what, brother? They always will. That's why I have these brothers and sisters that follow me. You think there's a reason why I have 4 wives, caller? You think? Why don't you think about that? Why would that be? Why would they all get along? Why would they all want to be with me? That's weird, isn't it? Or maybe it's because they can get closer to their gods, because they're in my brains. I'm aware that I'm being used. That's why I divorced all 4 of them. I'm not into that pygmy. You think I'm into pygmy? Everyone thinks that anyone who's close to God has got to be a pygmyist. I'm not a pygmy. I divorced them. That was hard. I had 4 wives. Let's get to the next call. Come on now, beep bops. Let's hear another call. That was a good call, though. Thank you, caller. Thank you for listening. I know you're listening, and I know you're going to subscribe. You heard me on Spotify, didn't you? Is that what you said? You got to do the same like this caller did, listeners. You got to call 562-396-5594. 562-396-5594. Why don't you do it already? Why don't you just do it already? I know you. I see you. I can see you listening. Judging these calls, judging me. Why don't you go ahead and call? Caller, listener. Going to start attacking me for being a pygmy now, aren't you? I told you I divorced them. I'm alone. I don't need anyone but my brains. I don't have to follow no one but my own self. Let's get to another call right now.
Hey, I found this podcast on Spotify. Far out, man. Far out. Fantastic. Top notch. First class. But what I really wanted to know was, did you get the Winnebago?
Well, that's the kind of call I like to hear, and I'm glad that you're enjoying this show. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. You know what that says to me? You understand. You're curious. You took it upon yourself to call. You want to know about that Winnebago, don't you? I heard that. I didn't miss that part. I heard that. We're about the Winnebago, right? Listen, my uncle doesn't know what he's talking about. He died 10 years ago. Okay? I don't know who that was playing. That must have been my mother's brother. Because my other uncle, he was smoking crack while taking a dump and he passed away. After calling me a demon for having my brains visited by his God. You know how upsetting that might be to some of the ignorant? Some of the people who don't want to believe, and some people who question everything without understanding that the lights are already off. You're not going to be able to turn them on, buddy. There ain't no light bulb. I got the light bulb. My brains shine. I did get a Winnebago, but I got it on my own, brother. I got it on my own. I didn't ask for any uncle or any family's money for that investment. And you know what? I use it to this day. That's right. Because my friends have dinner parties and gatherings, and I'm there to tell them the truth. Now, I didn't understand it last week. Last week, I go over to Linda's, There are about 30 people in her house. We're all talking. And it gets real quiet. And I said, "Did you say something?" They said, "No, we didn't say nothing." I said, "I heard something." Linda says, hey, my friend here texts 5581. He hears things in his brains. He gets visited. I started talking. I started repeating what I was being told. I didn't know what entity was talking to me at the time. I didn't know. They all have different voices. Remember that other caller? He was like, do they speak bebop to you? They all sound the same? No, they all have different voices, and sometimes it's hard for me to pinpoint who it is exactly. But I know it's a higher entity. It's a higher being. It's not from this universe, see? And people started leaving. People started leaving Linda's. They didn't even stick around for pound cake, did they? No. They just started leaving. I said, okay, I pretended I didn't notice, but I saw. Linda didn't care. You thought she cared. She didn't care. She wanted to listen to me. And so did the other 3 people that stayed behind. And I was talking to them all night. Tell me about that Winnebago. I needed that. How do you think I got state to state to talking to people? Let's go to another call here.
Well, I found this podcast on Spotify, and when it comes to this whole end of the world stuff, no, end of the world. That's gotta be the worst cult I ever heard of. Nope. Nuh-uh. No.
Oh boy, I don't know what that was. But you know what it reminded me of? You know what you just sounded like, caller? I have a grandnephew named Ray. And you know what? Ray was fixing his house all by himself. We all said, no, you can't do this by yourself. We'll help you. And I knew I could help him because I had all the knowledge about how to do that housework. He said, no, Ray's going to do it on his own. So little Ray, he starts doing it on his own. You know what happened? A hammer hit his head. And you know what? To this day, he sounds like that caller. And I sit down with Ray every weekend, and I try to explain to him the good word of all the different gods and all the alien life forms that have been in my brains and told me things that he doesn't really understand it, you know? And that's the thing that makes Ray like the people who left Linda's. They don't get it, but he doesn't get it for a different reason. A hammer fell on his head, and he sounded just like that. Oh, the buddy. What? I don't even know what you're saying, brother. I think I had an understanding. You said something about how you heard this show and you have questions, but I couldn't understand the thing that came out of that mouth of yours, just like Ray. Ray comes over, the only thing he could say is hi. And then I say, hi, how you doing? And then the rest is, what? What'd you say, Ray? He can't answer that because he had a hammer that fell and hit him on the head. 10 minutes he was knocked on the floor. I'm holding up 4 fingers. Hey, what do you see, Ray? What do you see, Ray? He says Thursday. Okay? He said Thursday. This poor God, man, he's on the floor, hammer next to his head. I'm holding up 4 fingers. He says Thursday. I got a voice in my brains at that exact time. They said, no. The weak must be helped. You gotta help educate him and let him know what's going on. It doesn't matter his mental capacity. It doesn't matter that his skull has a dent on it and his skin is all funny. It doesn't matter that he needs help going to the potty. You gotta spread the word. You gotta let people know. And I know you're listening. I hear people calling. That was a lot of calls we just went through. I'm getting a lot of calls. That's because you're listening and you're understanding. You want to learn more about my brains. And I'm going to tell you right now, they said these alien aircraft, they're getting ready. Why do you think we see so many of these UFOs these days? I've been seeing and hearing about them ever since I was in the womb. Isn't that funny? And yet, I'm the one with the demon. I'm the one with the demon blood. Don't talk to our son. Just get out that empty refrigerator box and put him in it. Oh, ignore text 5581. Ignore me, yeah? Tell you who's not ignoring me, these callers. And you, for listening, you better subscribe. Listen to me and shut up. The path to truth. truthgods.blogspot.com. You know, I'm writing on that blog a lot. I'm writing on that site like clockwork, trying to explain what the heck is going on so you can better understand, so you can spread the word, so you can tell people and share. And you better share this program. You better share my site, truthgods.blogspot.com. And you can call me. Go ahead. 562-396-5594. 562-365594. Do you want me to say it slower? 562-396-5594. Got me riled up, caller. Got me thinking of my grandnephew right now. You know, just because you're blind or just because you have some things that you think are to your disadvantage, they're to your advantage. Don't think that way. Blind people can still see. Deaf people can still hear. You know that's true. People who can't walk, let me tell you something. I hear a lot of voices in my head. Not just in my head, in my brains. Buddha. Did you know Buddha gets along with the aliens? Always has? Sometimes they talking at the same time in my head. Going back to the other caller, that's how I know they have different voices. I can hear different voices talking. I mean, come on. This is all real. I was out in the shack the other day just trying to do some wielding. You know, I had a stick. And I was just shaving it down, trying to make a doll. It was a big, good chunk of wood, and I took my little switchblade. Not my switchblade, what do you, that Swiss Army thing? I just started whittling it. I started whittling it. Whittle. And it took me forever. You know what? I messed up a lot. I kept doing it. Every time I wanted to stop, I'd get a voice in my brain. Like a text message. Like you people with your smartphones. Smartphones. Oh, you think they make you smarter? Those are just tools of the devil. You know how I know? Because the devil's in my brains too, folks. Get used to it. I hear the good, I hear the bad. Satan wasn't so bad. He used to be an angel. Y'all know he fell down the stairs. He fell and he couldn't get back up now, could he? But he could access my brains, and that's what he does, and that's what they all do, and that's why you're going to subscribe and you're going to follow me. Text 5581, because I know what's going on. You know I know. So follow, subscribe, and share. You go to truthgods.blogspot.com today. Please, you got to leave the messages. And if you don't, I don't care. I still have followers in real life. Human beings that I can touch. 562-396-5594. 562-396-5594. How many times do I have to tell you this? The number's right there on truthgods.blogspot.com. Go ahead. Use that smartphone. It's so smart. Oh, it's so smart. Yeah, so smart. Here comes another phone. Here comes an update. Here comes a brand new thing. What are you talking about, man? I just got this model. No. There's a new model. And they're calling me about a BMW. I don't have a... Maybe I do. It doesn't matter. It's bad. Those are Satan's wheels. You come back and you listen to the show again. You tell your friends. I'm done. I mean, this episode's over. I'm not done. This show is over. I mean, the show is done. That's it. Listen to the next one coming out. I'm working on pamphlets and shirts and everything. You'll see. You're going to get that stuff and you're going to be closer to all of your faiths. You want to be closer to your gods, and you listen to this show and you subscribe and you share it. And now I'm really going to go now. Goodbye. I'm in the show. I'm just ending the show. I'm not going anywhere. I got to go, man. The show, I'm going to keep doing this show. I'm just going right now.